Hi friends, my name is Dwayne Manoa. I am pastoring here in Sydney and I'm also part of the Inform Ministry team. And today I would like to inform you or share with you a thought that God has placed in my heart, which I believe is relevant, especially as we consider the times that we're living in. And so for some of you, it may be just a reminder, but I thought I would share it anyway because of God's strong conviction in my heart to do so. And this thought comes from the book of Luke chapter 21, where Jesus is speaking about the signs of the times or the signs of his soon return, where he talks about earthquakes, famines, pestilences, just like what you and I are experiencing today with the COVID-19. It talks about how nations will rise up against nations, kingdom against kingdom, and false prophets and false Christs, and so on. And then in verse 28, which I believe is the key verse or the key focus of the whole chapter, Jesus says this. Verse 28, and when these things begin to come to pass, in other words, what Jesus is saying is, when you see all these signs, he wants us to do two things, which I'm going to talk about very soon, but I want you to notice that Jesus says, when we see all these signs, he doesn't say, if we see, because what Jesus is saying is, we don't have to go looking for the signs because the signs will happen right before our eyes. This is important because as Christians and as SDA Christians, we can easily be distracted by focusing on the signs, studying more about the signs. Especially today, there's so much information on the internet that many Christians and Seventh-day Adventist Christians that spend hours and hours and hours on the internet trying to find out every detail or looking up what China is doing or what's happening with the pandemic and so on. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when we spend hours and hours and hours focusing on those things, which I believe is not the focus or it's not the main point of the signs. Jesus said, when you see these signs, it is a sign for you and I to do two things. Number one, he says in verse 28, look up. And number two, lift up your heads. Now, what does it mean to look up? Well, there's so many distractions all around us that we could easily take our eyes off Jesus. The purpose of the signs is for us to look up. Now, like I said before, some of the information on the internet, people can be easily distracted by researching and spending hours and hours and hours on that. Then we have the entertainment world and we have the pleasures of the world and so many things that can easily take away our focus, even our occupations and our jobs. But Jesus says these signs are for you and I to look up. Number two, lift up your heads. What does it mean to lift up our heads? What's in our head? It's our brain, it's our mind. Let me share with you a verse in Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, no longer be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So when Jesus says, lift up your heads, he wants us no longer to be conformed to this world, but that our minds may be transformed to focus on Jesus and him only. And this is important because when we come to Revelation chapter 7, and I'm going to read it out for you, starting from verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. Now, friends, there is a sealing that is taking place even now, which God is putting his seal in his people's minds. Now, this is the purpose and the reason why Jesus said, when we see these signs, lift up your heads. In other words, prepare your minds for the sealing of God. See, today, our minds has to come away from the things of this world. The entertainment, the pleasures, the food, and everything that belongs to it. Because right now, it is time for us to prepare our minds to empty our minds of the things of this world so that Jesus can put his seal in our mind. Because in Revelation chapter 13, there is another mark, which is the mark of the beast. And this mark we do not want to get. It's either the mark of the beast or the seal of God. And I want to encourage you to make a choice today to come away from the things of this world, to look up to Jesus and to lift up your heads by preparing your minds for the sealing of God. May God bless you as you continue your journey. We know that Jesus is coming very soon. And may the Lord bless you, and may you be there, and may your family be there as well, as we all deny ourselves as we draw closer and closer to Jesus' second coming. God bless. Bye.